Hey friends! Okay, I'm here doing a quick tutorial on how to make a pretty garland DIY. All right, I've done a little bit of prep work to try to make this go more quickly, but really fast. This is the garland that I bought. It is unlit, 9 foot. I got it at Joann's, I think, as a doorbuster, but you can get it at Walmart for like $2.50, $3, less than $5 for sure. So you're gonna need garland. You're going to need lights. I would recommend using 100 count for a 9-foot garland. I would also say get green wire. However, I'm trying to make my garland thrifty, and so this is what I had, so I'm going with white. Okay, which will bother me, but I'm gonna look past it. Okay, I would say if you're making, I'm making one for my classroom, so I'm kind of going with the stuff I already have. If you're making one for your house, like forever, buy the green wire, totally worth it. Okay, you're also going to need at least 3 different kinds of ribbon. I'm actually gonna use 4. You're gonna need one that's kind of fat. This is 4 inches. I'm using a second one that's a little bit less. This is 2.5 inches. And then I'm actually putting another 2.5 inch one on. You don't have to, that's a little extra. And then you'll want one that's smaller, like 1.5 inches or 1 inch wide, that's, yeah, smaller. So first thing you're gonna do, fluff your garland. Super important because that's what makes it not look so cheap. So fluff it. Then you're going to add your lights. I'm gonna assume that you can figure that out. One little tip that I do is that I will often take like one of the wires and then I will wrap the little piece of garland around it so that I can kind of like make the light go whichever direction I want. But there's that. So after you've done that, spread it out. I usually do it across the kitchen table and just let it like drape over. You're gonna take your thickest piece of ribbon, cut it so that you have at least like 1.5 foot, about this much, hanging off the end, okay? So I'm gonna go to the end. Here's my end. I'm having pinching my end, having the 1.5 foot off of it. Oh, this has glitter, it's so horrible. All right. Now on this side, I'm just literally, this is open and I'm going to just put it in the middle, crisscross it. So then I'm gonna feel like I need to get this closer for you to see it. There we go. Okay. All right. So I just crisscrossed it. Here I'm gonna go about 10 inches-ish. I'm leaving like kind of a little bit of a hump there. Find a spot, 2 pieces of the garland like this, pinch, put it in there and just crisscross them. That's it. So it sort of holds it in place. You wanna make sure that you're like, fluffing it, leaving plenty. So like, see, I'm gonna leave some space, plenty. I'm finding a good spot to fluff. There I go. Figuring out how much space to leave, or how puffy to make it is just like, okay, I'm back. My alarm went off to call my grandma, so it stopped this. Here we go. I know you can't see me, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going through, I am fluffing. I'm gonna do that all the way down. And I'm just gonna pause, okay. So all the way down. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just move on to the next step. Do that all the way down. Take one of your next thickest pieces of ribbon, same thing. You're gonna go like an extra 1.5 foot off the edge, put it on this side. I use the exact same spot that I put the other one and I just crisscross it again. So you're just kind of like, using that garland to sort of tie itself. Then I'm going now, some people will go sort of like on one side of the big one, like this. That's how my mother-in-law did it. This is really her, she taught me. So see how you're going like over, under, or back and forth. So I'm gonna make sure that I leave plenty of room. And I'm gonna continue that pattern all the way down. I'm using the exact same place. This one needs like a better piece of garland. So, sometimes you gotta fix that. There, okay. I'm gonna crisscross that so it's in there, okay? Now I'm gonna use my 3rd piece of ribbon. I went with glitter. since I'm at school, which I feel badly because that's a hot mess. Okay, my third piece of ribbon, same thing. Leave my foot in a half, and I'm gonna go over that same spot, crisscross. I'm gonna go back on the other, like the opposite side of how I did that red one. So you're almost forming like, it almost looks like an eyeball. See how I'm going back and forth? So I'm gonna go back and forth, do my crisscross again at that same spot. You'll notice this is even like covering up my wires. I think I'm gonna be okay. All right, okay, gonna go back this way. I'm gonna stop for now. I'm gonna finish all of this and then I'll give a final product. But so that's how I do my ribbon. Then you've got your 3 pieces of ribbon. They're kind of bulked down there. They're just, you've tied them with your garland. That's it, pinched it. And now your little pieces, you're going to take them, actually cut these kind of long. You might wanna go even like a little bit shorter. Here's what I do. Fold it in half. My mother-in-law taught me this trick. Fold it in half again on the side, and then you just cut your little corner, bam, and now you've got your pretty edges, okay? So then you're just gonna take this and pinch it in the middle, put it, yeah, see that's probably longer than I'd prefer, but you're gonna go to that same spot and you're just going to tie that in there like this so that you have this little thing peeking out. Oh, that might be okay. If you wanna like, if you've got wired ribbon, you know, but I might go shorter than that, honestly. So there's that. You're gonna do that on every spot that you bunched your ribbon. So I feel like it's very unprofessional video of me to have just been showing half of my face, but there we go. Okay, so I got half, there we go, pinched it, just kind of make it look pretty, fluff it. So there's that. So you've gone through, you've done all your ribbons, you've done your little pieces in there, and next thing you're gonna do is add some picks, and you guys, this is what makes it like the best. So I have found these, I buy them like on clearance after Christmas, so I had these. I'll be honest, this is not like the color scheme that I'm going with in my house right now, but I have them, so that makes them free because I have them, and it'll look pretty at school. So these little things are, I would say like $1 to $2 at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, whatever, Walmart. You can get them at Walmart now too, $1. So you want to find something that's cute, and you want to put some sort of pick in like every one of those bunches. You can do just like, I usually end up doing a pattern. That's like the math in me, I guess. I just like a pattern. So I'll pick something and I'll do one. Now look, you literally just find a spot in the middle of those little, like kind of behind those ribbons, and just stick it in there. You can tie it with those same, now by now, like those 2 little pieces are getting a little bit more like jammed with stuff, but you just kind of jam it in there, like literally just sort of jam it in there. I'm gonna go spiky, twirly, and then I'm gonna use these. Again, fluffing, like fluffing is actually super important to making things look good, and I often do it after I've hung it up too. So back down to where you can see it. I'm gonna just kind of find a spot, just stick it in there. Okay, now in the back, you might feel that it's like, it's sticking out the back, right? So I will often wrap it in the back with a piece of the garland to do that. I'm sure you could do like floral wire. That's probably even like the appropriate way to do it. But, you know, my mother-in-law said we could do it this way, and she's like the queen of all this stuff. So, and then it looks like I've got these little things. So I'm just going with the pattern that I have. I'm gonna stick those in there like that. And you're gonna continue that all the way down. So once you finish you're gonna wanna look at your edges here that we had hanging over. You're gonna wanna make sure that you finish them like with the cute cutting. Remember, for years, I did like the snip, snip this way, but you're just gonna fold in half because Mama taught us that. You're gonna fold in half and just cut up. I literally did that until this year. She's like, honey, come look at this. She's so smart. I love you. Love you, Lynn. Okay, so snipping, snipping, folding, snipping. See? Becomes ta-da. So you're just gonna wanna do that so it's hanging down. And in just a minute, I will finish this and hang it up and show you. Now see, like, as I'm looking in the camera, I'm like, ooh, this is not cute. I'm gonna have to figure that out. And in fact, knowing how I roll, I'm probably gonna twirl it because I like twirlies. And that kind of matches that, but that's part of it. You just gotta play with it and it's sort of fun and whatever. But tips, buy your ribbon on clearance or buy it on sale at Joann's or Michael's. Use what you've got and those picks will look great. Okay, finished product to come soon. Okay, so a couple of quick things really fast. First of all, I would recommend do not cut your ribbon until you've gone all the way down. I actually made that mistake. It's not the first time I've done it because since you're doing it so puffy, then you don't know how much you need. So there's that. Secondly, I'm going against what I said in the first video. I decided after I tried it to skip every other one with my little picks. It just felt like a lot, and also I just could not get on board with these spiky things, so that's what I had, so that's what I did. I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up, and then we'll see the finished product.